First thing is big wood in the top of the tree.
Lo primero es que no haya madera grande en la parte alta del árbol.
The second thing is I want to make sure that I'm gaining a Christmas
La
tree
segunda
shape.
forma es la segunda cosa es la forma del pino.
Okay, those two things we've already talked about. But the third thing we didn't mention yet, but I want to mention it now.
La tercera cosa que no mencionó, pero que la va a mencionar ahora.
The third thing is I look at how much new growth I get on my trees.
¿Cuántos crecimientos nuevos tengo en el árbol?
The strength of that new growth, in other words, how much is it coming
El
out?
tamaño, el largo de los
And
crecimientos.
how big, what's the caliper size of this new growth? Is it weak or is it strong?
Ya.
Yep.
Y el calibre de los nuevos crecimientos.
Yep.
Que no sean débiles.
And I also look for pendant wood.
Y también la madera que está, digamos, decumbente.
Yeah. Okay. So what I would like to see is throughout this tree,
Lo que a mí me gustaría ver en este árbol,
the top of the tree and the bottom of the tree, I want to see all of my branches have about 60 centimeters of new growth.
ojalá en la parte alta y baja, todos los nuevos crecimientos, 60 centímetros.
This is a beautiful branch right here. I like
Dice que
this
es una
branch.
bonita rama.
I don't like this branch.
No le gusta esa rama.
So there's a problem with this branch, with this branch, with this branch right here, with this branch. All of these branches. I've got one nice branch, and I've got
Dice que vio
multiple
una buena
branches
rama y muchas malas que
that
no le gustan.
are telling me that this tree is not happy.
Y eso le está, en el fondo, transmitiendo que el árbol no está feliz. No está...
So one thing I can do in order to make this tree happier and also to reduce the amount of cherries on this tree is that I can come in here and I can eliminate this weak wood.
Ya, dice que una de las formas para poder, en el fondo, cambiar el estado del árbol a un mejor estado es eliminando esas ramas débiles que está mostrando.
So coming here, I take this off like that, and I also cut back to here. I'm going to take this off. This branch is pendant, and it's also very weak.
Es una rama pendante y es una rama débil.
¿Dónde cortaría?
No, la eliminaría.
¿Petizo, tenés la tijera?
Acá hay tijeras.
Perfect.
Sobre madera vieja.
Yeah.
No, porque es
Okay,
pendante,
so
es una rama que
borrow this.
esto hay que eliminar.
Thank you. So what I'm going to look for here is weak wood and pendant wood I'm going to take out. Strong branch, that's a good branch. I like that branch.
Esa rama está, es una rama venenosa.
Weak branch, I don't like it.
Ya, la rama débil no le
Pendant
gusta.
branch, I don't like it.
No le gusta la pendante, saca la débil y la que está pendante.
Se quedó para
So
abajo.
I take that off. This is a good branch. This is a weaker branch. I've got a couple of options here. Now here you see this is coming out. I like the fact that I'm getting new growth here, but this is too weak.
Dice que aquí le gusta la distribución, pero esta rama es demasiado débil.
So once I
Fina, muy fina.
Weak es débil.
once I get cherries on this branch, what's going to happen to it?
Going down.
Down like that. And
Esa
that's
rama
not
va a
going to
caer, un
produce
poco de fruta va a caer.
that's not going to produce high quality fruit.
Y no va a producir buena calidad de fruta.
That will be your fruit that's soft, or it's going to be your 25 millimeter fruit. We
Dice
don't
que va a
want
ser
that.
fruta de no más de 25 milímetros y blanda.
So rather than eliminating this completely because it's a branch that I want to keep in to fill this area, I'm going to come back here
Dice que en vez
and,
de arrancarla
hit it
completa, la
hard.
van a bajar.
and then hopefully that will strengthen this area here.
¿Cuándo?
When?
This would be a dormant cut. Since I want to
Corte de invierno.
Since I want to strengthen the branches on this tree, I want to prune this during the dormant season.
La recomendación es jugar en invierno.
Yeah. So again, coming along, and I'm taking off weak branches.
Okay.
Por fuera las débiles.
Weak branch there. Take it back like that. Weak branch here.
Está regulando carga.
Está regulando carga.
Está regulando carga.
Dejar la fruta en ramas firmes.
Un rama gruesita.
La rama pendante no va a dar buena.
Claro.
Está aprovechando de irse de las 40 a las 25.
Son errores de poda.
Eliminando las ramas que van a producir problemas de
El
fruta.
objetivo era ese, dejar fruta en ramas firmes.
Correcto.
Son errores de poda.
Yeah. So if it's a little bit pendant, a little bit weak, and I want to encourage this, I cut it back to an upright bud, so that I get
Ahí dice que cuando están
a chance to
con un ángulo
change
de
the
caída
aspect
más o
of
menos
that
bajo,
branch.
él vuelve una yema que va hacia arriba. Y vigoriza la rama con una rama que va hacia arriba, no hacia abajo. Vegetativa.
Just as well. Change the aspect of that branch, make it vertical rather than horizontal or
Dirigir el
pendant.
crecimiento hacia arriba de los cortes.
This is too weak. I've got all these flowers here. That's going to be down like this. I don't need this. I've already got too much fruit in here.
Y allá saca completa porque hay mucha fruta en
Take
ese
it out.
sector y va fuera completa.
So if you go in here, if you come back in here and you prune this block again,
Dice que si vuelven atrás y lo poda de nuevo,
which I would suggest that you do so that you don't have the same problem you had last year, look for this type of wood. There's a lot of this type of wood in
dice que hay
here.
mucha madera que está
Cut
como
it
ese
off.
tipo,
Madera mala. Sí.
Take
que es
that
madera que
back.
está seca.
Here as well. Take that back. There's just too much weak wood, too much pendant wood.
Dice que hay mucha madera débil, mucha madera decumbente.
Yeah.
Está pendante.
See, that's never going to amount to anything. It's no good. Okay, here. I want to keep this branch here because there's some possibility here, but now I want to take it so that it
Todos los
grows
cortes
more
para inducir
upright.
crecimiento son en vegetaría y con la yema que va hacia arriba.
Again, weaker branch. I like the fact that you've headed a lot of these branches, but you've also left a lot of this stuff here.
Dice
We
que está
don't-
bien
we
hecho
don't
que
need
hayan
this.
rebajado estas ramas, pero no bien dejadas las que van para hacia abajo.
If you look at this was pendant, and you see no new growth.
Ya esa está hacia abajo y no tiene nuevos crecimientos.
That was headed last year, was not headed this year, and it didn't grow.
Fue cortada el año pasado y no creció.
Look at the potential. This is Sweetheart. You're going to get a lot of fruit off of that, and all that fruit is going to grow down here without the proper leaf support.
Dice que esta fruta, hay mucha fruta y no va a tener la cantidad suficiente de hojas para que crezca bien la fruta.
So for every cherry that I'm growing on this tree,
Cualquier cereza que esté produciendo o creciendo en este árbol
I need an average
necesita en promedio
5.5 leaves
5,5 hojas por fruto.
Por fruto.
per fruit. For
Yeah.
every fruit,
5.5.
5.5 leaves.
5,5 hojas por fruto.
Look at the number of leaves I'm going to have with all this fruit. There's
Vean,
no way
vean
that I
qué
have that
cantidad
ratio.
de hojas tenemos para la cantidad de fruta, no llegamos ni cerca a lo que se requiere.
There'll be more fruit on this branch than leaves. This
Dice que
whole
probablemente
branch
más
is out of
fruta-
balance.
Dice que probablemente es más fruta que hoja, por lo tanto no está balanceado.
Lynn, I'm sorry, but it's different the size of the,
Pregunten en castellano.
el diferente el tamaño. 5 hojas en un dardo son más pequeñas que 5 hojas en una madera nueva.
He's saying that 5 leaves in
¿Cuánto
one
sería el-
fruit set are smaller than 5 leaves in this kind of
Yeah.
wood.
So, and that's because this is pendant wood here, and so these leaves are not going to be as large as leaves
Sí,
that are
como la
on,
madera
grown
va
on
hacia abajo,
more
las hojas
vigorous
no van a
wood.
poder crecer más.
Por eso
Yeah, yeah. So, one other thing that I recommend
Otra cosa que recomiendo
to strengthen my flower buds in the fall is to apply high dose of urea just in early fall or late summer.
Está hablando de aplicaciones tempranas de urea en la entrada del otoño.
So research that Dr. Greg Lang did at Michigan State University
Investigaciones de Greg Land en la Universidad de Michigan
indicated that if you come through your orchards and you apply 2 applications 1 week apart
con 2 aplicaciones con una semana de diferencia
De urea.
of
de urea,
20 kilos of urea per hectare,
20 kilos de
Per
urea por
application.
hectárea por aplicación,
high dose of urea,
Foliar.
foliar. Mhm.
Aquí se
Yep.
hicieron, ¿eh?
You do that twice, 1 week apart,
20, una semana y 20.
and
se hicieron 3,
Here they made 3 applications.
at that dosage,
2.5.
2.5%. So we're talking.
¿Qué mojamiento?
2000 litros.
O sea, hiciste 50 kilos.
So we're talking about. We're talking about
Son
high.
25 unidades de nitrógeno por cada vuelta. Son 75 unidades de nitrógeno
They apply 3
En otoño,
times,
otoño de verano.
50 kilos.
50 kilos total?
No,
No,
per time. 150 kilos de urea total.
o sea, 75 kilos de urea total.
En 3 aplicaciones.
Perdón,
25.
150 kilos de
Eso
urea,
te-
75 unidades
Por
totales.
eso, pero
En tres
urea
aplicaciones.
son 350
Tres
de urea.
Claro, porque usamos 2.000 litros por hectárea a
No.
2,5%,
2000 liters per hectare.
o sea, 100
2.5%.
Okay.
That means 50 kilos of urea
Uh-huh.
per hectare per application.
Okay.
3 times.
You're able to dissolve that much urea?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good for you. Well,
Dice que son capaces de disolver esa cantidad de urea. Ya, ok.
okay, so this is important to do, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing it, because what it does is it puts the urea into the bud at that time of year.
Dice que lo que está haciendo es
will
que está
move-
aplicando el nitrógeno a la yema.
It will move the urea into the bud. It won't go to vegetative growth. It won't go to other parts of the tree,
Y
but
van
it
a
goes
mover
into the
el
bud.
nitrógeno dentro de la yema, induciendo crecimiento vegetativo.
And what his research found is that spur leaves are 20% larger.
Dice que la
With that
investigación
application.
arrojó que las hojas del dardo son un 20% más grandes que la otra.
And if your spur leaves are larger, the potential is that your fruit can be larger.
Y si la hoja es más grande del dardo, tienes un mayor potencial de crecimiento de la fruta.
And he also found that it strengthened the bud through the winter, so they were less susceptible to winter damage.
Repeat, please.
They were less susceptible to winter damage. They were hardier. They
Ok.
al año.
Y las yemas son menos susceptibles a los daños de invierno.
So what I would do in this block, I know that you've already pruned the block, but look at the flowers here. Look
Dice
and
que
look at the
lo que yo lo que haría, primero miremos las flores.
I would seriously think about sending your crew back through here and doing just what I did. Eliminate some of this weak growth, taking this off, doing something about this type of wood right
Eliminaría
here.
los crecimientos débiles.
No new growth, and taking it out. Otherwise, you're going to have the same problem this year as you had last year.
Dice que sacando eso probablemente el mismo problema este año que el año pasado.
Thank you.
El año pasado cuajó mucho, acá se hizo un ensayo en el B2, que es un lote que está muy cerquita. Hasta 24.000 kilos, no hubo diferencias significativas en un ensayo de raleo, ¿no? Fin. Hasta 24.000 kilos no hubo diferencias significativas.
Haciendo aplicaciones
Eso
ahí.
el INTA.
¿Cuál fue el trabajo?
¿Qué tratamiento fue?
¿Qué hicieron?
El raleo a mano, sacando,
Ah,
tratando de dejar 70,